Peace, Patrick, ConservativeRap. Thanks for joining. Let's talk a bit about what's happening. You know, Trump's approach to international conflict, the Ukraine-Russia situation, really the deep state's desire for war, and the political manipulation of 2019. You might have saw RFK recently in a grill session with virtually no support, which I thought was pathetic of the Republicans as a whole. So, yeah, a lot's being exposed. Let's just jump straight into it. Check this out. Just a little bit more on the Epstein piece. I know we covered that in our last bit, but check this out. Just so you don't get caught in the nonsense and the noise. Epstein survivors just gave an answer to NBC News and Democrats fuming because the narrative is done. Did you hear Trump doing anything inappropriate to relation to Epstein? No. Check this out.
I do have to ask, and I know, and it's just something that I think we're compelled to at this moment, with the attention on President Trump, with these questions around a pardon. Did anybody see or hear of the president himself doing anything inappropriate as it related to Jeffrey Epstein?
No.
I do have to ask, and I know.
Crazy. All right, we'll move on. Block. Share this tab instead. California officials urge residents to mask up amid COVID spike as West Coast states form health alliance. California officials are urging residents to return to wearing masks as a COVID wave sweeps the state. Golden State residents are specifically being guided by, we already been through this nonsense. Who's buying this anymore? It's ridiculous and it needs to just stop. They're really putting out every sort of like fraudulent distraction that they can to keep people afraid and keep people off what's legitimately happening. Moving on, let's just keep going. Share this tab instead. Some Democrats are upset Florida's getting rid of, here we go, vaccine mandates. I have two questions for them. If your vaccines work, why do you care if other people choose not to take them? If your vaccines don't work, then why are you forcing others to take them? This is huge. Florida, contrast again to Cali, is getting rid of all of their vaccine mandates. And that's why it's the free state of California's. Humans aren't just farm for animals, and we shouldn't be forced to inject experimental biologics into ourselves.
Is going to be working to end all vaccine mandates in Florida law. All of them. All of them. All of them. Every last one of them. Yeah. Yeah. Every last one of them. All of them. Every last one of them. Every last one of them is wrong and drips with disdain and slavery. Okay? Who am I as a government or anyone else, or who am I as a man standing here now to tell you what you should put in your body? Who am I to tell you what your child should put in your body? I don't have that right. Your body is a gift from God. What you put into your body is because of your relationship with your body and your God. I don't have that right. Government does not have that right. They want you to believe they have that right. And unfortunately, they've been successful.
It's actually deep when you think about it, how far we've fallen from common sense, that it's surprising to hear someone with political influencing making such a self-evident statement. Moving on. Senator Cornyn, do you believe COVID-19 was politicized? You damn Skippy. The whole thing was politicized. We were lied to about everything. Let's just get straight into the clip. Check this.
Do you believe COVID-19 was politicized?
Yeah, the whole process was politicized. Senator, I mean, we were lied to about everything. We were lied to about natural immunity. We were lied to about, we were told again and again the vaccines would prevent transmission, they'd prevent infection. It wasn't true. They knew it from the start it wasn't true because that's what the animal studies and the clinical trials showed. We were told that there was science behind cloth masks. The CDC allowed the teachers union to write the order closing our schools, which hurt working people all over the country, and then pretend it was science-based. All of these issues, and then I can show you, like, for example, Chairman Wyden was talking about me politicizing ACIP. During COVID, probably the most famous scientist on ACIP was Martin Kulldorff from Harvard, the great, world-renowned epidemiologist and vaccinologist. And he criticized the COVID booster mandates. They ejected him from COVID because he wasn't in the orthodoxy. The two biggest health officials at FDA during COVID, Dr. Gruber and Dr. Krause, criticized the Biden mandates, vaccine mandates. You know, President Biden said in August, I would never take that vaccine, the Trump vaccine. And he came in, he mandated it, and then he fired the two top health officials at FDA who said, hey, this thing has not been properly tested. So the whole process was politicized, and even today.
So let me, in 15 seconds, so I think you answered yes.
No shit. All right, and just let's keep going here and plunging through. More on the COVID vaccine nonsense. Just in, Pfizer's doing damage control. After President Trump demanded their COVID vaccine data be shown to the public, Pfizer says they'll post additional information and studies by the end of the month. Why the end of the month? Why not post them now? And I agree with him totally. It's a lot can be done with data in a very short period of time, as you know. So now let's do this. Share this tab instead. Truth. Donald Trump crackdown in D.C. 1,761 total arrests. 195 total illegal firearms seized. 92 arrests last night alone. 27 illegal arrests seized last night. Let's bring this to, hold on. Let's bring this to D.C., New York, and other cities where it is desperately needed. All right? And similarly, they shoot criminals in Democrat-run cities. The criminals in Democrat cities, are never held to account. Let's take a quick listen.
Bloodshed. The reason for the nonstop bloodshed streaming through the streets of Chicago, you saw the statistics, just over Labor Day weekend, another 54 people were shot in Chicago. 58 people, almost 60 people, just in one weekend. The reason for this is because the Democrat leaders, the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, the foolish governor of the state, Pritzker, as well as the senators of the state, Democrat leadership from top to bottom, refused to put the violent street criminals in jail. If you look at the rap sheets, what you will see is arrested and released, arrested and released, arrested and released. They are never kept in jail. So you have a small percentage of the population that are serial criminal killers, gangbangers, hoodlums, and drug dealers that are left to roam free and shoot and maim and rape and mug with impunity from the age of 14 all the way through the rest of their lives. That's the reason why. Here in Washington, D.C., where I'm talking to you from right now, in just 3 weeks, President Trump has turned the most dangerous city in America to the safest metropolis in the United States of America. And how did he do it? By surging in National Guard, by surging in FBI, ATF, DEA, and ICE, and making clear that if you commit a crime in this city, and especially if you commit a violent crime, we will find you, we will lock you up, and we won't stop coming at you until the people who live in this city are safe. President Trump did that, and now he's made this city into a safe zone for everyone. The reason...
Amen. Well said, and I got to give it to Stephen. He has a knack with words and elocution. It's pretty awesome. Now, in contrast, let's take a look at Canada. Here's a Canadian police chief saying, this is what they want here. If you ever find yourself the victim of a home invasion, we are urging citizens not to take matters into their own hands. The best defense is to comply. Listen to this idiot.
In the unlikely event that you find yourself the victim of a home invasion, we are urging citizens not to take matters into their own hands. While we don't want homeowners to feel powerless, we urge you to call 911 and do everything you can to keep yourself and loved ones safe until police arrive, and be the best witness possible. This could mean locking yourself in a
freaking
room
alive
away
to
from the
do it.
perpetrators, hiding, fleeing the home, but don't engage unless absolutely necessary. But as it stands, we know the best defense for most people is to comply. As you've just heard, a number of safety recommendations.
Stupid. All right, now moving on to the world stage, Trump on Putin. I'm very disappointed in him. So they recently had a meeting at the Alaskan Joint Base, and Trump emphasized the unnecessary nature of the Ukraine conflict. I'm very disappointed in him. He always had a great relationship. Thousands of people are dying. They're not Americans, and it's a war that makes no sense. Again, the deep state is panicking, and they're pushing everything they can to detract from Trump's peace strategy. It may take a little longer than anticipated, unfortunately, but let's stay on the ball. Let's make sure we understand the manipulation happening, and whether it's COVID-19, political manipulation, the pharmaceutical influence in politics, let's continue to expose these bastards for the corrupt demons that they are. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, and check me out at ConservativeRap.com for more. Thanks and take care.